this is Sandra at Spirit of Avalon. So it's been a while, hasn't it? It has. It's been a little while. First of all, I was ill. It was kind of like food poisoning, I suppose you would say. I mean, it didn't go on for as long as food poisoning does. But it was horrible. I am so terrible with throwing up and things like that. It's one of my worst nightmares is to be doing that. So it was not great. And it was down to, actually, and I've said this in my Slimming World group as well, because I said I'm not gonna not tell the truth. It was down to a Slimming World meal that I ate, which is one of their frozen ones, which I am now not touching ever again, any of them. I've switched up what I'm eating. I'm not eating any meat anymore. I will eat fish and obviously veg and salad things, all of that, but not meat anymore. So, and I have managed to lose some weight, so that's a good thing. So that was firstly why I wasn't on. But the other reason, and I know some people will be like, well, you didn't know him and all of that, but for me, it's like I did. And this, of course, is the death of Ozzy Osbourne. I'd loved Ozzy, his music, him as a person since I was 13, and I'm 53 now. Always, even my mum would tell people, oh, she loves Ozzy, she loves Ozzy. She's always saying that to people. You know, I used to have videotapes of his performances and all of that when I was younger. I don't have those anymore, but I do have CDs. I still have the means to play physical CDs because I do like to do that sometimes. I know we've all got like Spotify and all of that, but sometimes you just want to play a particular CD, or I do. So I've still got like a personal CD player, which you can still get actually from places such as Amazon. So you can still do that. So I do have that as well. And I thought, because of course I am behind with everything, with videos, with showing you decks, the whole thing. So what I'm going to do first is show you the decks I've got, which won't be walkthroughs right now, but I will be doing walkthroughs of them. So I'll just show you the decks that have come in within the last few weeks. So the first one, and these are still sealed, guys, because I've not done anything. I've not done anything with any tarot. I've not pulled cards, nothing, since the death of Ozzy. I was fortunate enough that I live in Buckinghamshire and Ozzy's estate is in Buckinghamshire. It's only 20 minutes away from me, so I was able to go there and put flowers and a card at the gates. So yeah, so anyway, this deck is the Earth and Sky Oracle. This one my mum got for me. She does occasionally. She'll say to me, there must be decks you want. I'm like, yeah, Mum, but you don't have to. But she likes to occasionally. So she got me this one. This is by Sophie Bashford, and it's a lovely one. Simon's done a walkthrough of this a while ago, but I will I will be doing walkthroughs, guys. I will be doing it. It's just when I'm able to do it, and obviously I don't want to do them all at once because you'll get sick of seeing walkthrough after walkthrough after walkthrough. So, you know, so this is the first one I have, which is the Earth and Sky Oracle. The next one I actually ordered from Cheryl over at Oneness Emporium. This is the Wise Earth Medicine Tarot. Simon has also shown this deck. So this one I purchased myself, and again I will be doing a walkthrough of that, just with my thoughts and stuff. I know, as I said, Simon's already done a walkthrough of this, but just because we all have different thoughts and, you know, what we think of certain decks. So sometimes it's nice if you're looking for a deck to watch maybe a couple of walkthroughs just to hear different opinions on decks. So there's that one. And the third one is one that I'd pre-ordered months and months and months ago, and finally came in, and is the Mindscapes Tarot. So excited for this one, because this was originally an indie deck and it was a majors only, whereas this has now been expanded into a full tarot set by John A. Rice. It's an 80 card deck. Look at the thickness of this box. And it's like landscapes, as it says, Mindscapes. And I've always loved the look of this, but I didn't want to get it before. One, because you had to get it from the States and we know how expensive it is to ship. But it wasn't just that, it was the fact that it was a majors only. And I wanted this. I don't mind majors only decks, not at all. But I would have always wanted this one in a full deck. So when this was coming out mass market like this, I had to just pre-order. So this one has come in, and I will be doing a walkthrough of that one too. Now, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Ozzy, and if you don't want to hear about Ozzy, and I'm going to show you a few of my things that I have to do with Ozzy, obviously you can switch off. I totally understand. Not everybody's into that. Not everybody wants to hear what I've got to say about him. As I've said, it was so hard. I mean, I remember, you know, Simon actually messaged me and said Ozzy's died, and I was like, no, literally like no, because it was like a week or something after he'd done the last show at Villa Park, the Back to the Beginning show. I wish I could have been there for that. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, I knew obviously that he was ill. Everyone knew this. He had to do the concert sitting in a chair, custom made chair with bat wings, of course. But I mean, because he was just, it's like, I don't know how to say it, but it's like he's always been there all through my teenage years, listening to his songs, listening to the music. I mean, I know most of his songs, the lyrics by heart, because I've played them so many times. I had Ozzy t-shirts, you know, everything. I mean, I liked other metal bands as well. Ozzy was my favourite. I mean, Black Sabbath I did like. My favourite songs of theirs were Paranoid and Iron Man, but Ozzy was my favourite, even more so than, say, Black Sabbath, when he started his solo career. The other metal bands I liked were like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest. I quite liked Alice Cooper. But then I liked some of the softer rock bands like Bon Jovi, Europe at the time. Some of you might remember that if you're my sort of age. So yeah, so I've always loved it. I used to dress in all the Metal Gear. I used to have the, you know, leather jacket, the studded wristbands, studded belt around the middle, and all of that. So yeah, so I just thought I would just show you some of my Ozzy collection. Not everything, obviously. So I've got most of, well, I haven't got all actually of his CDs. I've still got one actually that's on order that I've had to order in. But obviously I've got the classic Blizzard of Oz, and look at this, $4.99. Wouldn't it be nice if you were paying that now? I mean, this CD is very old. So of course I have Blizzard of Oz. I mean, even left the sticker on from God knows how many years ago. So Blizzard of Oz, Diary of a Madman, love it. And the little boy sitting there that you might be able to see, that is Ozzy's son, Lewis, from his first marriage before he married Sharon. So it's really cool. I mean, this is all Ozzy in his prime, like 80s. Bark at the Moon. It's another old one I've had a long time. I think I've had that quite a while as well. This is an old one, Aussie Ultimate Sin. So you've got a nice price on it. You don't think you see that on CDs now. So go on the back. See, look at him there. So cool. This one, you don't see this very often, or I haven't. This is the Ozman Cometh, and I love that picture of him on the back. And with this one, the Ozman Cometh, this has some Black Sabbath songs on it, as well as Ozzy's own ones. Love Mr. Crowley. That's one of my favourites. Crazy Train is another favourite of mine. But just look at that picture of him. It's so good. Oh, God. Just, it's unreal that he's gone. This was the Ozzy Osbourne Randy Rhoads tribute, because Randy Rhoads, his guitarist, was killed in a car accident a long time ago. He was only young. And so this one was done as a tribute. So this was all the songs that Randy played on, and that's him with Ozzy on the back. It's got all my favourites on it: Crazy Train, Mr. Crowley, Iron Man, Children of the Grave, Paranoid. Just so good. Then I've got the Essential Ozzy Osbourne. This is a 2 CDs. This is a more recent-ish one, kind of. I don't know. I've had it a while, I think. But I don't have all of his CDs. I've got Memoirs of a Madman. That's one of the more recent ones that was done. And that's just in one of these. And I know a lot of the songs repeat, but I don't care, because sometimes you might just want to hear certain ones and you think, oh yeah, I'll grab that CD because that's got my favourites on it, or the ones that I want to hear. And Ordinary Man, this is one of the latest ones that he did. I have Black Rain missing, and Patient Number 9, but I've got Patient Number 9 coming. And for some reason, I don't know why I've got a couple of CDs missing. I've got No Rest for the Wicked missing, and Black Rain. So, but you know, eventually I'll get them. And the other thing that I was going to mention, because somebody actually mentioned it in Simon's premiere that he did yesterday, it was Lily Rose actually, it mentioned about altar areas, about, you know, was I and Simon going to show our changed up altar areas for Lunarsar and going into autumn. And I will be doing my altar, and I'm hoping to get some sort of autumn kind of cloths to put on there this time. But also I'm going to be clearing the whole altar off and redoing it, because I want to have on there a dedicated Aussie area. And I know to some people it will be like, well, that's weird, or I wouldn't do that, or whatever, and that's fine, but it's something that I want to do. So I'm going to have a couple of things up there that are Aussie related. Not loads, just some. So I've got to figure out how I'm going to do that. This cloth that you're seeing here, I will probably use for that section, because we have got bats on it and skulls, so I think it would be quite good for the Aussie area. What was the other thing I was going to say? So yeah, so I'll show you this, and again, people probably think I'm mad, but so this is my Funko Pop Ozzy Osbourne. This is him sort of from the 80s, I would say. I'm not going to be able to see properly because of the glare, but I've got another one coming as well, a different one. I think there's about 4 different Aussie ones, something like that, but hopefully I'm going to have at least 2, and these will go on that area on my altar, because I like them and they're quite cute, and it's just a reminder, a remembrance of Ozzy. The other big thing that I'm going to be doing, and I've made up my mind totally, and I have inquired, I know how much money I'm going to need for it and everything. At the top of my arm, I'm going to have an Aussie tattoo. And it's just going to be the word Aussie, like that, but in yellow and red, which is Ozzy's, I suppose his, what's the word for it? It's what you see on all of his like CDs and anything to do with him, logo, that's it. So not the Osbourne part, just Ozzy. And if I show you, I've got this book that I've had some time. Well, I've had a little while, not some time, a little while, but I haven't even opened it yet because it's in a slipcase and it's actually still sealed. And this is Ozzy at 75. So this is the colouring that I'll be having the tattoo. So it will be Ozzy in the print I've just, but in the but like this. So you've got like the line there and the line through the Z and the Y, etc. But in this colouring. And that will be at the top of my arm. And then here, because I wanted another tattoo here anyway. And here, not at the same time, but I'm just going to have a bat, which I've seen an Aussie style bat and just with the O above the head of the bat there, and that will just be in black. So that's what I've decided to do, and I am kind of adamant about it. I'm definitely doing it, even though I will have to save. I've already contacted my tattoo artist and asked about prices. I can't do it right now, but I am going to. And that will be like my tribute to Ozzy, because it will be there permanently on my body. So yeah, so that's it really, guys. It's good to actually be making videos again. It's weird how you miss kind of doing it and chatting to you guys, even though I know you're not answering me back. And I did think about doing a live, but I thought it could be awkward me trying to find an actual time to do it, you know. But we'll see, maybe I will at some point. But yeah, so that is my plans. I'm glad to be back on YouTube and talking with you all again. And like I say, if you're not interested in Ozzy, these are the decks that I am going to be doing walkthroughs of. So we will have all of these walkthroughs to do as well. But yeah, but I'd be interested to know if any of you guys liked Ozzy or his music or anything like that, and what you think of it all, because it literally hit me like somebody punching me in the gut. Honestly, it did. Because I think because he's always been there, and he was like my, what did the guy, one of the guys from Kiss, Gene Simmons from the band Kiss, who I also liked, said it was the soundtrack to a lot of teenage years. He was the soundtrack to your life then. And that's true, he was. And this is why I think it's so hard when somebody like that goes, even though they're a famous person and they're not family or anything, but you still feel it, or I did anyway, still do even now. And that's why I want a dedicated area on my altar, even if it's small, to Ozzy, and I'm definitely getting the tattoos. So yeah. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys, if any of you really liked Ozzy or that. I'd rather not have negative comments though, you know, because I don't mind people saying wasn't really a fan, but I can, you know, get it, that's fine. But not anything really negative. If anything is sort of nasty or very negative in the comments, then I will delete it, because you know, if you didn't like him, that's totally fine, but please don't put anything that's kind of nasty in the comments. I'd rather not have that. So yeah, so the next video should be one of these decks. I might do the Earth and Sky one first, because that's the Oracle, and then do the 2 tarot decks after that. So yeah, so I hope everyone's doing really well. The weather here has cooled down. I don't know if we are going to get any more heat waves or anything, but today's been quite rainy. So yeah, anyway, I hope everyone's doing well, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye for now.